Let us explore queues in C programming. We will look at implementations using arrays and linked lists. We will understand the concepts of linear and circular queues, and how queues are a first-in, first-out data structure. Let's start by discussing the fundamental operations that can be performed on a queue data structure. First is Enqueue. Enqueue is the process of adding a new element to the rear or the end of the queue. Second is Dequeue. Dequeue is the operation of removing an element from the front of the queue. Next is peek or front. This allows you to view the element that is at the front of the queue without actually removing it. Finally, isEmpty or isFull operations are for checking if the queue is completely empty, or if it has reached its maximum capacity. Now let's discuss about how queues can be represented in C. The array implementation of a queue involves creating a structure, often called a struct, named queue, which contains the integer variables front and rear. It also includes an integer variable capacity and an integer pointer array. For the linked list implementation, we define a structure queue node. It contains an integer variable data and a pointer to the next queue node. Let's explore the first type of queue implementation, which is linear queue using array. In this type of implementation, the queue is represented using an array where elements are stored in contiguous memory locations. The front pointer keeps track of the index of the first element in the queue, while the rear pointer keeps track of the index of the last element in the queue. Some of the advantages of using an array to implement a queue are the simplicity of implementation and the constant time complexity, that is, big O of 1 for Enqueue and Dequeue operations. However, there are a few drawbacks. Array-based queues have a fixed capacity and cannot grow dynamically. This can lead to wastage of memory. After multiple Enqueue and Dequeue operations, the front pointer moves to the right, which may leave unused space at the beginning of the array, even when the queue is not full. This is a problem with the linear queue. Now let us discuss the C code to implement the basic queue operations. First, the code defines a structure named queue. This structure has three members: integer front, integer rear, integer capacity, and an integer pointer array. The createQueue function takes the capacity as an argument and allocates memory for the queue structure and the array to store the queue elements. It initializes front and rear to -1, indicating that the queue is initially empty. Next, it allocates memory for the array that will hold the queue elements. In the basic queue operations section, the isFull function checks if the queue is full by comparing the rear value with capacity -1. The isEmpty function checks if the queue is empty by checking if the front is -1. The Enqueue function adds an element to the rear of the queue. First, it checks if the queue is full. If it is, then it returns without adding the element. If the queue is initially empty, it sets front to 0. Finally, it increments rear and adds the new element to the array at the rear position. Here is an explanation of the circular queue. Circular queue offers a more efficient approach. In this type of queue, the rear pointer wraps around to the beginning of the array when it reaches the end, effectively reusing the empty spaces created by Dequeue operations. This resolves the issue of memory wastage of linear queues. Let's move on to the code implementation. First, the code defines a structure named circular queue. The structure contains two integer variables named front and rear, an integer variable named size, an integer variable named capacity, and an integer pointer named array. The isFull function checks if the circular queue is full by comparing the size with capacity. The isEmpty function checks if the circular queue is empty by checking if the size is 0. Now let's explore the queue implementation using linked list in C. In a linked list implementation, each element is stored in a dynamically allocated node. The nodes are linked together using pointers. The front pointer points to the first node in the queue, and the rear pointer points to the last node. This approach allows the queue to grow or shrink dynamically as needed, overcoming the size limitations of array-based queues. Here's the C code implementation. First is the structure queue node. It has an integer variable data and a pointer of type struct queue node named next. Then there is the structure named queue. It has a pointer of type struct queue node named front and a pointer of type struct queue node named rear. In the queue operations with linked list section, the function new node creates a new node for the linked list with the given data and sets its next pointer to null. The function createQueue creates an empty queue by allocating memory for a queue structure and setting both its front and rear pointers to null. Let's compare different queue implementations and discuss their applications. The first feature we will compare is memory usage. Array-based queues have a fixed size, while circular queues also have a fixed size, but offer better utilization. Linked list queues have a dynamic size, allowing them to grow as needed. Implementation-wise, array-based queues are simple, circular queues are moderately complex, and linked list queues are more complex. Enqueue and Dequeue operations in all the three implementations take constant time, denoted as big O of 1. Memory wastage is high in array-based queues after a series of Dequeue operations, while it is low in circular queues and non-existent in linked list queues. Flexibility is limited by size in array-based and circular queue implementations, while linked list queues offer unlimited flexibility. Now let's look at some applications. Queues are commonly used for CPU scheduling in operating systems, where processes are managed in a queue-like manner. They are used in network buffers, for queuing packets in routers and switches. They are also used in implementing breadth-first search algorithms in graph traversal, and print spooling where print jobs are managed in order. If you like this video, hit that like button and don't forget to subscribe. Visit CodeLucky.com for more such useful content.